First, are you okay with us sharing this video with other people within PSC and any other clients who may be interested to see it?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we just wanted to talk to you a little and understand about the effects that the injury on your foot had on you. What effects it's had on your life. Are you okay sharing some of that with us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, to start, could you tell us a little bit about what your injury is, what happened?
Well, I was working night shift at a client site. I was working a combustor job. We were degassing a tank, and part of that entails us monitoring our propane consumption, as well as the temperature of the unit, the VOCs coming into the units, flow rate, and so on. And I was in the process of taking our first reading of the evening, actually, and I checked everything on the unit, and then I went down and checked the propane. And as I was getting ready to head back to check the VOCs coming into the unit, I stepped down off the trailer, and as I was coming down off the back side of the trailer, I realized that there were big pieces of asphalt that I guess an 18-wheeler or something had gone through, created ruts, and kicked up those big chunks. And as I stepped down off the trailer, I realized, oh hey, I'm coming down on top of these, so I tried to push myself away from them and ended up driving more or less my right foot into one of the rocks that were on the ground. Instantly it started swelling. I knew something was wrong and contacted my supervisor, and we ended up getting it x-rayed and found out that I broke, I believe, the 5th metatarsal in my foot.
Okay. So right after it happened, those first few days, what effects did it have on you?
First few days, it was really just, kind of pain and frustration, more or less. Just the fact that it even happened, something so simple as stepping off of a trailer has now, made me reevaluate everything. It just so happened I had ridden my bike to work that day that the injury happened. Well, now with a broken foot, I couldn't ride it home, so I had to try and find somebody else that could come get my bike for me and take it home. And in the meantime, it's my right foot, so it makes it, almost impossible to, safely hit the gas and the brake to drive a vehicle. So I have to depend on my girlfriend to drive me around, or my mom to bring me to work, something along those lines.
Okay. Now that it's been a couple weeks out, has it had any other effects you've noticed? Or
Financially.
Financially, it's been affecting you?
I've been fortunate. There's been some work around the shop that I've been able to do on light duty, but as far as full duty, financially, I'm used to 712s or somewhere along those lines. And here lately, we just went through a holiday and everything. I've been barely scraping by at 40, a little bit less than 40 here and there. That's been the biggest deal, is trying to stay afloat while focusing on healing up as well.
Okay. Is there any thoughts you have thinking back on it? Do you see anything that could have been done to stop this from happening?
There are a few things that, looking back on, I see, of course, hindsight's always 20/20, but one of the key things that I would have done differently is just stepped off the trailer in a different spot. There were different places that I could have gone versus going straight off the back of the trailer. I could have gone off to the left side of the trailer where I was, the passenger side of the trailer, which is where I was working. I could have stepped off right there. There was a telephone pole that I could have at least put a hand on, 3 points of contact. There were no hazards, no tripping hazards, nothing that I had to worry about stepping on. It was, I wouldn't say smooth level ground, but there wasn't as big of hazards there as there were on the back side of the trailer.
Okay. Do you think if somebody else had taken the time to flag the hazards that it may have helped you?
I believe so, yes. At the very least, And that's even something that I could have done, just, you know, walking the job site, seeing that that hazard was there, doing my LPSA. I could have kicked those rocks underneath the trailer. That would have gone so far, but there was still the issue of the rut being there where, you know, the tractor trailer tire sunk into the asphalt, but at least it wouldn't have been, you know, big rocks. It could have been a, you know, just a drop down right there.
Or a flagged hazard to help
Right.
you remember to avoid it.
Right.
Having gone through the investigation with it and going through the LPS investigation with it, how did you feel going through that? Did you feel that was it fact finding, or did you feel?
I did. I felt like it was a fact finding situation. You know, it definitely. It was interesting for me because, you know, every company I've ever worked for, you hear, oh, so and so got hurt, here it comes, he's fixing to get let go, you know, and you always hear about the incident investigation, and you always hear about how it's your fault, your fault, your fault, and everybody is always so afraid to, you know, even admit that they got hurt on the job, because they are so afraid of, you know, being penalized for being injured. And with this, it was definitely not the case. I really do feel like it was, you know, trying to get down to the root cause so we don't have reoccurrence. So nobody else has to go through what I'm going through. But yes, it definitely.
So you feel that we followed the heart of LPS for
Yes,
the most part
absolutely.
to try to find the facts instead of looking to assign blame.
Exactly, yes, sir.
Well, that's good. I kind of wanted to talk about that because I know there's the perception out there that LPS is a tool to get people
Exactly.
instead of a tool to take care of people.
Right.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with anybody who may be viewing this about their daily work or things that you would want to share for people to watch out for?
You know, the only thing that I could really say is, you know, follow all the way through with your LPSA, because on this particular situation, this was, I think, my 6th or 7th day on that particular job site, and I had done my LPSA, you know, every morning or every afternoon that I would get there, walk around the job site, take a walk down to the tank, find out what had changed. And every day, walking to the propane tanks to take my reading, I would acknowledge, hey, there's a tripping hazard right there, I need to watch that. But I assessed the risks, I analyzed, but I didn't follow through on act. And, you know, it's still one of those, you know, 6 one way, half dozen another kind of situations, but had I or had my coworker followed through on acting on our LPSA, maybe we could have pushed those rocks. Maybe somebody could have flagged that particular hazard. Maybe this wouldn't have happened.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you talking to us, Hunter, and thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you.